How's everybody doing today? Welcome back to the Two-Wheel Troubadour channel. It's a glorious Saturday morning here in Florida. A little on the chilly side. I woke up to like 50 degrees. I think that's around 10 or 11 Celsius. But it's warming up and it's a beautiful day to go for a ride. So a ride we will go. So just getting over a cold had me down for a week. It was pretty nasty. But I'm back in action, I'm back in the saddle, and thought I'd go for a little Saturday morning cruise here. And I thought I'd talk about motorcycle driver aids. So earlier this year I read an article about a prototype product from Bosch. Everybody knows Bosch, you know, global auto parts company, and they were supposedly testing air jets for motorcycles. So what these things would do is, if it detected a skid, a tire skid to a certain degree, these air jets would deploy, would activate, and send a cushion of air to push the bike back into an upright position. Right? It kind of sounds like one of those things that's a little too good to be true, but you know, I applaud them for trying. And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today, was safety aids and driver aids for motorcycles. You know, we've gone so many years, decades, with motorcycles pretty much static in terms of safety, right, and technology. I'm old enough to remember, and it wasn't that long ago, you guys probably are too, but I've had bikes without ABS, and I remember when ABS was coming on being the next, you know, the next big thing. And now it's hard to think about, at least for me, it's hard to think about having a bike without ABS. You know, and this bike here, this Thruxton R, has ABS, it has traction control for different ride modes. That's pretty advanced stuff, but yet now it's pretty common. And the prices, you know, the price of the bike isn't too astronomical with the addition. I guess, what are they charging now for ABS? Like $500 with ABS versus without. Not bad, you know. So that Bosch article about the air jets had me thinking about all the different things that, what would we want to see on a bike to help us. Of course, you know, my thoughts go to like electronical aids. One thing that I read about was having like cruise control with, you know, adaptive cruise control. That's pretty much commonplace in a lot of cars now. So if you have your cruise control on, you're on the highway, and it will keep you at a static distance from the vehicles around you. But I'd like to see, you know, like notifications too, blind spot notifications. Now granted, we're all used to like looking behind us, of course, but just any kind of little sensor that'll say like, hey, watch out, there's a car right beside you or right behind you in a blind spot. Maybe even coming up behind you, like, hey, there's somebody coming up within a certain distance behind you. I think those things could be very helpful. What else? You could get into some real sci-fi kind of stuff like gyroscopic, you know, things about if you're coming up to a stop sign here. You could have some kind of like Segway technology where the bike just remains upright. Man, now you're getting into like weight and cost, right? Because that's always a concern. Added weight, added cost. Which is an interesting discussion. What do we want in our motorcycles to help us with the safety, but not weigh us down and not break our bank account, right? It's interesting. How about deployable airbags? So if it is getting to a point where the computer on the motorcycle is detecting like this thing's going down, an airbag deploys and it helps cushion that blow. I don't know. I think they're testing those things. Of course, we already have airbags in our in jackets. You know, MotoGP uses them, and I know people. There are vloggers that have them, and I think the prices, as they become more common, the prices, of course, we're seeing those drop. So I think that's cool. I think probably within the next year, I'll be looking at some sort of airbag jacket as the prices come down and the technology improves. Safety, technology. You know what I was thinking too is technology that's beneficial to motorcycles, but not necessarily built into the motorcycle, or at least some part it is. But how about this? One of the biggest adversaries of the motorcycle is the automobile, right? Right. So how about sensors in automobiles that give people warnings that, hey, you've got a motorcycle beside you, or you've got a motorcycle behind you. I think that would be awesome for the easily distracted person. I don't want to stereotype here, but you know, let's be honest. There are people in automobiles that, for whatever reason, they've got, you know, 3 kids in their big SUV, and they're worried about, you know, little Joey's sippy cup fell on the floor, and the music is too loud, and little Sally wants a different song on the radio, and the mom is just thinking about everything inside that SUV and very little about what's going on outside. So wouldn't it be great if mom had, or dad, had a little notification on their dash that said, hey, just FYI, you've got a motorcycle beside you, so no sudden moves, okay? I think that would be really cool. Also, maybe a notification on your bike too that says, hey, the computer detects that the distance between your bike and the car in front of you is to a point where if you applied maximum braking, you would still hit it. Just so that you know, hey, that's, you know, you've got to maintain that cushion, or you're within that cushion of safety. I don't know what it is about these roads back here, but I always get stuck behind landscape guys. And this guy's kicking dirt all up in my mouth. Just my luck. But I'll be turning off here in a minute. So anyway, what other, I thought I'd bring this topic up because I want to hear you guys' opinion on it. What other technologies have you guys been hearing about or reading about that may be coming on board in the next couple of years? I saw that KTM and Ducati are going to be bringing the adaptive cruise control onto their bikes in 2020. So that's just around the corner. Now, a lot of us, you know, to me, adaptive cruise control is like, I don't use I never have. use cruise control. Although that reminds me, I did buy this little gadget that goes on your throttle, and maybe I'll do a video on that, because the thing costs like $4 or $5, and it just helps take the pressure off of your hand, your throttle hand, on long trips. And I have to say, I've been very impressed with it. I don't have it on now because I've only been using it for longer rides, but it really does work. So I'll do a little short video of that, a little product review on that one. Best $4 I ever spent on my motorcycle, that's for sure. So what else? What other technologies have you guys heard about or would like to see, or can even just imagine, right? Because I think safety is something that, you know, the more we implement, the more the manufacturers implement, the more confidence inspiring we can get, knowing that, hey, even in a catastrophic event, the likelihood of serious injury or fatality, you know, if that risk is decreased substantially by that technology, then hey, I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Now, of course, there's always going to be those bikes. You know, it has to be measured against the application. This is my favorite little windy road here. I love this little road. And I know the camera totally straightens out these corners, but these are some knee-dragging corners here. So yeah, I guess we'll keep it short this week, guys. I'm gonna do a few more laps here at my curvy road. It kind of circles around. Enjoy this beautiful, gorgeous day. So yeah, let me know in the comments, what kind of technologies have you been seeing or reading about, hearing about, that are coming or that you would like to see come? Because I'd like to stay on top of that and see what bikes, see what manufacturers are having the works. I think we need, as a consumer group, we need to, you know, keep pushing that, keep telling these manufacturers we want these technologies, if it's not going to hamper the bike too much and if it's not going to break the bank, right? Because hey, let's be honest, they could make a really safe bike cost $1 million. I don't have $1 million for a motorcycle. I don't have $1 million period. So, you know, I'm thinking in the realm of realistic things. Yeah, that sort of stuff. So okay, guys, I'm gonna cut it short. Hope everybody's doing good. This is the two-wheel Troubadour signing off, and see you next time. Bye now.